The vast expanse of space seemed to shimmer as the Galactic Federation's exploration vessel, the Valiant Voyager entered the Sol system. Commander Zira, a Denobulan with years of exploration under her belt, watched intently from the bridge as the blue and green planet known as Earth came into view. It was classified as a DeathWorld, a term used sparingly in the galactic community to describe planets with ecosystems so hostile and unpredictable that survival was a constant struggle. "Prepare for atmospheric entry," Zira commanded, her voice steady despite the anticipation thrumming through her veins. The crew, a diverse group from various corners of the galaxy, responded with precision. They had trained for this moment, but the reality of setting foot on a DeathWorld was a different matter altogether. The Valiant Voyager descended through Earth's atmosphere, the ship's hull glowing with the heat of re-entry. The crew's eyes widened as they caught sight of the vast oceans, dense forests, and sprawling cities below. Earth was unlike any other planet they had encountered, a perfect blend of beauty and danger. As the ship landed in a remote area of the Amazon rainforest, the crew prepared to disembark. Zira led the way, her senses alert to the myriad of life forms around them. The air was thick with humidity, and the sounds of unseen creatures filled the air. They were not alone. "Stay close and be ready for anything," Zira instructed her team. As they ventured deeper into the jungle, they marveled at the diversity of life, each species a testament to the planet's harsh evolutionary pressures. Hours into their exploration, they encountered a man. He was tall, with rugged features and a wary gaze. He moved with a confidence that spoke of years spent in this untamed wilderness. Zira stepped forward, extending a hand in greeting. "I am Commander Zira of the Galactic Federation. We come in peace," she said, her universal translator working to bridge the language gap. The man studied her for a moment before responding. "Name's Jackson. You picked an interesting place to land?" Despite the initial tension, Jackson's curiosity about the visitors outweighed his suspicion. He agreed to guide them through the jungle, offering insights into the planet's dangers and marvels. Jackson led the crew through the dense foliage with practiced ease, pointing out various plants and animals along the way. His knowledge of the terrain was invaluable, and Zira was quick to recognize his worth. "How did you end up here?" Zira asked as they navigated a particularly tricky section of the jungle. Jackson chuckled. "Always had a thing for adventure. The city's too tame for my taste. Out here, you never know what you'll find." Their journey took them to a clearing where an ancient vine-covered structure stood. Jackson explained that such ruins were scattered throughout the jungle, remnants of a civilization long gone. The crew's interest piqued, and they began to investigate. As they examined the structure, Jackson and Zira found themselves working closely together. Despite the vast differences in their backgrounds, they shared a common goal: uncovering the secrets hidden within the ruins. Their mutual respect grew, forged in the heat of discovery and the constant threat of the jungle. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, Jackson shared stories of his adventures, and Zira reciprocated with tales of her travels across the galaxy. The barriers between human and alien began to dissolve, replaced by a genuine camaraderie. "Earth is full of surprises," Jackson said, gazing into the fire, "but I never expected this." Zira nodded. "The galaxy is vast, Jackson, and Earth is a part of it, more than you know." The following day, the crew continued their exploration of the ruins. They discovered intricate carvings and strange symbols that hinted at advanced technology and a sophisticated culture. As they ventured deeper, the air grew cooler, and an unsettling silence fell over the group. In the heart of the ruins, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber. The walls were lined with alien machinery, dormant but clearly advanced. Zira's team worked to decipher the symbols and activate the technology. As they did, a low hum filled the chamber, and ancient holographic displays flickered to life. The images revealed the Zel Naga, an ancient and powerful race that once ruled vast swaths of the galaxy. They had terraformed Earth, creating a harsh environment to forge strong, adaptable beings. The Zel Naga's legacy was etched into the very fabric of the planet, shaping its evolution. But as the crew delved deeper into the chamber's secrets, they unwittingly triggered an ancient defense system. The wall shook and hidden doors slid open, releasing a swarm of automated drones designed to protect the site from intruders. "Fall back," Zira shouted, her voice barely audible over the clamor of machinery. The crew scrambled for cover as the drones opened fire, their energy weapons slicing through the air. Jackson, relying on his instincts and knowledge of the terrain, guided the team through the chaos. "This way," he yelled, leading them through a narrow passage that twisted and turned, making it difficult for the drones to follow. Despite their best efforts, the drones were relentless. Zira and her team fought back, using their advanced weaponry and quick thinking to survive. Jackson's resourcefulness and bravery were critical, helping to keep the group one step ahead of their pursuers. After a harrowing chase, they finally emerged from the ruins, bruised but alive. The ancient defense system, now aware of their presence, posed a significant threat. They realized that the secrets of the Selnaga were protected by more than just time. They were guarded by technology far beyond their understanding. As they regrouped, Zira's mind raced. The discovery of the Selnaga and their influence on Earth was monumental, but it also meant that their mission had just become infinitely more complicated. They needed to find a way to neutralize the defenses and unlock the full potential of the ancient technology. Looking at Jackson, she saw the determination in his eyes. "We've only just begun," she said, and he nodded in agreement. Together they would uncover the truth about Earth and its hidden past, no matter the cost. The discovery of the ancient Selnaga ruins had transformed their expedition into a fight for survival. Zira and her crew, along with Jackson, prepared to defend themselves against the relentless drones. The dense jungle provided some cover, but the drones' advanced sensors and weaponry made escape seem impossible. "Get to the higher ground!" Jackson shouted, pointing toward a nearby hill. The team sprinted through the thick underbrush, laser fire from the drones scorching the air around them. As they reached the hill, Zira and her crew took defensive positions. Jackson, using his knowledge of the terrain, set up improvised traps and distractions to slow the drones. His resourcefulness and quick thinking were vital, buying them precious time. "Commander, we need a plan," Lieutenant Craar, a burly Andorian, said as he fired his blaster at an approaching drone. "We need to disable their central control unit," Zira replied, her eyes scanning the swarm of drones. "If we can find and destroy it, we might stand a chance." Jackson nodded. "I've seen something that might be it, back in the ruins. It's heavily guarded, but if we can get close enough, we could take it out." The team rallied around this plan. Zira, Jackson, and a small squad would return to the ruins to locate and destroy the central control unit, while the rest would hold the hill and keep the drones occupied. As Zira and her team made their way back to the ruins, the sounds of battle echoed behind them. The closer they got, the more intense the drone activity became. They moved stealthily, using every bit of cover they could find. Inside the ruins, they found the control room heavily guarded by drones. Jackson pointed to a large, pulsating core in the center. "That's it. We need to hit it hard and fast." Zira's team unleashed a barrage of firepower on the core, dodging the drone's counterattacks. The core's energy shield flickered under the assault, but it held strong. With time running out, Zira and Jackson made a desperate charge, drawing the drone's fire while Lieutenant Craar planted an explosive device on the core. "Fall back," Zira ordered as Craar set the timer. They sprinted out of the chamber, the drones in hot pursuit. Moments later, a massive explosion rocked the ruins, sending a shockwave through the jungle. The drone's central control unit was destroyed, and the remaining drones fell lifeless to the ground. The battle was over, but the cost had been high. Several of Zira's crew were injured, and the ruins were even more unstable. With the immediate threat of the drones neutralized, Zira and Jackson returned to the hill where the rest of the team had held the line. The jungle was littered with the remains of drones, and the weary defenders were tending to their wounds and regrouping. Zira knew they needed more than just brute force to face the challenges ahead. The discovery of the Selnaga technology and the threat it posed required a broader alliance. She decided to reach out to Earth's militaries and seek their assistance. Using their ship's communication system, they established contact with the United Nations Space Command, UNSC, and other global defense organizations. The leaders of Earth were initially skeptical of the extraterrestrial visitors, but the evidence of the drone attacks and the ancient technology convinced them of the seriousness of the situation. A summit was quickly organized, and Zira, along with Jackson and key members of her crew, met with Earth's military leaders. The discussions were tense, with humans and aliens alike grappling with distrust and fear. However, the shared threat of the Xel'Naga technology provided common ground. "We're not here to conquer or exploit," Zira assured them. "Our mission is to understand and protect. We need to work together to secure this technology and ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands." General Lin, a hardened veteran of Earth's conflicts, spoke for the human side. "We have no reason to trust you, but we can't ignore the danger. We'll work with you, but understand this: Earth's safety is our priority." The alliance was formed out of necessity. Joint teams of human soldiers and Zira's crew were organized to secure and study the Xel'Naga technology. Their first objective was to disable any remaining defense systems and prevent other factions from exploiting the ruins. The newly formed alliance wasted no time in preparing for their next mission. The underground facility discovered earlier was believed to hold more secrets and possibly even greater dangers. With a combined team of human and alien specialists, they ventured back into the heart of the jungle. As they descended into the hidden underground facility, the air grew cooler and the atmosphere more foreboding. The walls were lined with more of the intricate carvings and alien machinery they had seen before. The deeper they went, the more apparent it became that the Xel'Naga had intended this place to be a fortress. The team encountered more drones and automated defenses, each battle pushing them closer to the core of the facility. The tension between the different species began to ease as they fought side by side, their lives depending on each other. In the depths of the facility, they found a vast network of tunnels and chambers. Some were filled with ancient artifacts, while others housed advanced technology that defied understanding. The facility was a treasure trove of knowledge and power, but also a labyrinth of danger. As they explored, they discovered a chamber that appeared to be a command center. The walls were lined with holographic displays, and in the center stood a large crystalline structure pulsing with energy. Zira and her team began to analyze the structure, realizing it was a key component of the Xel'Naga's control network. However, their presence did not go unnoticed. More drones began to converge on their location, and the team had to fight off wave after wave of attackers. The battles were fierce, and several members of the team were wounded. During a brief respite, Jackson noticed a pattern in the drones' attacks. "They're protecting something," he said, pointing to a heavily guarded door. "Whatever's behind that door, it's important." Zira agreed. "We need to get in there. It could be the key to understanding this entire facility." Using a combination of human ingenuity and alien technology, they managed to breach the door's defenses. Inside, they found a massive chamber filled with more of the crystalline structures, all interconnected and humming with energy. At the center of the chamber was a console with symbols that matched the ones they had seen throughout the facility. Zira and her team worked to decipher the controls, realizing that this was the heart of the Xel'Naga's technology. As they activated the console, a holographic recording appeared. It was a message from the Xel'Naga, explaining their purpose and the reason for creating DeathWorlds like Earth. The Xel'Naga had sought to forge the strongest beings possible, and Earth was their most successful experiment. The recording also revealed a darker truth. The Xel'Naga had faced an existential threat from a rival species, and they had hidden their most powerful technology on DeathWorlds to keep it safe. The facility was not just a research outpost. It was a vault containing weapons and knowledge capable of shaping the fate of the galaxy. With this revelation, the stakes of their mission became clear. They had to secure the Xel'Naga technology, not just for Earth's sake, but for the entire galaxy. The alliance between humans and aliens was now more crucial than ever, as they faced the dual challenges of unlocking the secrets of the past and defending against threats both known and unknown. The discovery in the heart of the Selnaga facility was both enlightening and alarming. The team had uncovered the truth about Earth's origins as a death world, and the ancient war that had led the Selnaga to hide their most powerful technologies. Now, armed with this knowledge, they faced the monumental task of securing and understanding the vast technological troves within the ruins. Zira and Jackson led the joint human-alien team as they carefully documented the contents of the chamber. The crystalline structures contained vast amounts of data, stored in ways that defied modern understanding. As they delved deeper into the Selnaga's secrets, they uncovered blueprints for advanced weapons, medical technologies, and even interstellar travel. "We need to get this information back to our respective command centers," Zira said, her voice tinged with urgency. "This knowledge could change everything." Jackson nodded. "Agreed, but we also need to be cautious if this falls into the wrong hands." As they continued their work, a sudden tremor shook the facility. The lights flickered, and the crystalline structures pulsed with a strange, ominous energy. The team braced themselves as a holographic figure appeared in the center of the chamber. "I am Catharak, last of the Selnaga," the figure intoned. "If you are seeing this, it means our final stand has failed, and our enemies have prevailed. This facility contains the remnants of our civilization, and the tools needed to defend against the darkness that consumed us. Use them wisely, or perish as we did." The hologram flickered and vanished, leaving the team in stunned silence. The message was clear. The Selnaga had faced a catastrophic threat, and now that threat loomed over Earth and the galaxy. "We have to act fast," Zira said, rallying her team. "This facility is a beacon, and it will attract others seeking its power. We need to secure it and prepare for what's coming." With the realization that Earth's classification as a death world was part of a deliberate design by the Selnaga, Zira and Jackson understood the gravity of their situation. The knowledge stored within the facility was a double-edged sword, offering immense power, but also drawing unwanted attention. As they worked to secure the facility, they began to decode more of the Selnaga's records. These revealed detailed accounts of the Selnaga's experiments, including their efforts to create resilient life forms capable of withstanding extreme environments. Earth, with its diverse and dangerous ecosystems, had been the pinnacle of these efforts. Earth was meant to be a proving ground, Jackson mused as he read through the translated texts. The Selnaga created a world where only the strongest could survive, hoping to forge the ultimate defenders. Zira nodded. "And humanity is the result. Our resilience, our adaptability, it's all because of this ancient design." The team also uncovered records of the Selnaga's enemies, a malevolent species known as the Craar. The Craar had waged a relentless war against the Selnaga, driving them to the brink of extinction. The Selnaga had hidden their most powerful technologies on death worlds like Earth to keep them out of Craar hands. As the team pieced together this history, they realized the true scale of their mission. They were not just uncovering ancient secrets. They were standing on the front line of a battle that had been raging for millennia. "We have to warn the Galactic Federation and Earth's leaders," Zira said. "The Craar will come for this technology, and we need to be ready." The Alliance's newfound understanding of Earth's history strengthened their resolve. They prepared to defend the facility and its treasures, knowing that their actions could determine the fate of the galaxy. As the team worked tirelessly to secure the Selnaga facility, tensions began to rise within the Alliance. The high stakes and the pressure of their mission strained relationships, and the specter of distrust loomed large. One evening, as the team reviewed their progress, an alarm sounded. The facility's sensors had detected unauthorized access in one of the outer chambers. Zira and Jackson led a contingent of soldiers to investigate, their weapons at the ready. They found a group of alien mercenaries, heavily armed and intent on stealing the Selnaga technology. A fierce firefight erupted, and the intruders were quickly overpowered. As the dust settled, Zira realized with a sinking feeling that the mercenaries had been tipped off by someone within their ranks. Back at the main chamber, Zira called a meeting. "We have a traitor among us," she announced, her voice echoing off the ancient walls. "Someone who wants this technology for their own gain." The atmosphere grew tense as accusations flew. Trust, already fragile, seemed on the verge of shattering completely. Jackson stepped forward, his calm demeanor a stabilizing force. "We can't afford to turn on each other," he said firmly. "If we do, we play right into our enemy's hands. We need to find the traitor, but we also need to remember why we're here." Zira nodded, appreciating Jackson's steadying influence. "Agreed. We'll conduct an investigation, but our focus must remain on securing this facility and preparing for the Craar." The investigation revealed shocking information. Lieutenant Craar, a trusted member of Zira's crew, had been coerced by the Craar. They had threatened his homeworld, forcing him to betray his comrades. Craar, remorseful and broken, confessed everything. "I didn't have a choice," Craar said, his voice choked with emotion. "They promised to spare my people if I helped them." Zira's heart ached for her friend, but she knew what had to be done. "You should have trusted us, Craar. We could have found another way." Craar was taken into custody, but his betrayal left a scar on the Alliance. Trust had been breached, and rebuilding it would take time. Yet the crisis also served to strengthen their resolve. They had faced betrayal and come through it, and now they were more determined than ever to protect the Xel'Naga's legacy. As they resumed their work, Zira and Jackson knew that the real test was yet to come. The Craar were out there, and they would stop at nothing to seize the Xel'Naga technology. The Alliance had to be ready for whatever came next, their unity forged in the fires of conflict and the shadow of betrayal. The Alliance had barely had time to recover from Craar's betrayal when the first Craar ships appeared on the edges of the Sol system. Earth's defenses, alerted to the threat, scrambled to respond. The Craar, ancient enemies of the Xel'Naga, had come to claim the technology hidden on Earth, and they came in force. As the Craar fleet advanced, the skies over Earth filled with chaos. Earth's militaries, now allied with Zira's crew, launched a coordinated defense. Zira, aboard the Valiant Voyager commanded the joint fleet, using her knowledge of both human and alien tactics to hold the line. Jackson, now a key advisor and liaison between the humans and the aliens, worked tirelessly to coordinate ground defenses. He stood in the command center, eyes glued to the battle screens, barking orders to units scattered across the globe. The Craar's strategy was brutal and relentless, aiming to overwhelm Earth's defenses through sheer force. On the ground, battles raged in the streets of major cities and in the jungles where the Xel'Naga ruins lay. Alien soldiers and human troops fought side by side, forging bonds in the crucible of combat. Despite their best efforts, the Craar continued to press their advantage, their superior numbers threatening to break through the defenses. "Commander, we're losing ground in Sector 7, reported a tactical officer aboard the Valiant Voyager Zira gritted her teeth. "Deploy reserves to Sector 7. We cannot let them break through." "Jackson, how are things on the ground?" Jackson's voice crackled over the comm. "We're holding, but barely. The Craar are relentless. We need reinforcements." Zira nodded. "Hold the line. Help is on the way." The battle reached a fever pitch as the Craar intensified their assault. Zira's command ship took heavy fire, its shields flickering. Despite the overwhelming odds, the defenders fought with a tenacity that surprised even the seasoned commander. As the siege dragged on, desperation began to set in. The Craar showed no signs of relenting, and Earth's defenses were stretched to their limits. Zira and Jackson knew they needed to change the course of the battle, and quickly. In a War Council meeting, they devised a bold plan. Jackson had studied the Xel'Naga technology extensively and believed they could turn the ancient defense systems against the Craar. It was a risky move, but it might be their only chance. "We need to hack into the central control network of the Xel'Naga facility," Jackson explained. "If we can redirect the drones and automated defenses to target the Craar, it could give us the upper hand." Zira nodded. "It's a long shot, but it's our best option. We'll need to buy you time to make it work." Jackson assembled a team of the best hackers and engineers from both human and alien ranks. they infiltrated the Xel'Naga facility under heavy fire, racing against time. The facility was a labyrinth of advanced technology and deadly traps, but Jackson's team pressed on. Meanwhile, Zira coordinated a massive diversionary attack to draw the Craar's attention away from the facility. The combined forces of Earth and the Galactic Federation launched a series of bold offensives, striking key Craar positions and drawing their fleet into a costly engagement. Inside the facility, Jackson's team worked frantically to bypass the Xel'Naga security systems. Sweat dripped down Jackson's face as he entered command codes and deciphered alien algorithms. Every second counted. "We're in," one of the engineers shouted. "Redirecting drones now." Back on the battlefield, the effect was immediate. The ancient Xel'Naga drones, once dormant, sprang to life and turned their weapons on the Craar invaders. The Craar, caught off guard, found themselves under assault from all sides. Zira watched the tide turn from the bridge of the Asterisk, Valiant Voyager Asterisk. "It's working," she said, a mixture of relief and determination in her voice. "Press the attack. Let's drive them out." With the Xel'Naga defenses on their side, the Allied forces launched a coordinated counteroffensive. The Craar, unable to withstand the combined might of Earth's defenders and the ancient drones, began to retreat. With the immediate threat neutralized, the Alliance began the daunting task of securing the Xel'Naga technology and rebuilding what had been lost. The battle had been costly, but the sacrifices had not been in vain. Earth had withstood the siege, and the Craar had been repelled, at least for now. Zira and Jackson stood together on a hill overlooking one of the major battlefields. The landscape was scarred, but life was already beginning to reclaim it. Nature, resilient as ever, mirrored the spirit of the defenders. "We did it," Jackson said, a hint of amazement in his voice. Zira nodded. "Yes, but this is just the beginning. The Craar will be back, and we need to be ready. We have a lot of work ahead of us." The Galactic Federation and Earth's leaders began to negotiate a new alliance, one that recognized humanity's importance and resilience. Plans were made to study and integrate the Xel'Naga technology, with strict safeguards to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. Zira and her crew were hailed as heroes, their names forever linked with the defense of Earth. Jackson, too, found his place in this new era, bridging the gap between humans and their alien allies. As they prepared to depart, Zira looked out over the recovering landscape. "Earth is no longer just a death world. It's a beacon of hope and resilience. We've shown the galaxy what we're capable of." Jackson smiled. "And we've only just begun." With the Alliance stronger than ever, and the secrets of the Xel'Naga slowly unraveling, humanity's role in the galaxy was forever changed. The legacy of the Death World was now a testament to their strength and potential, a new beginning for Earth and its place among the stars. In the months following the siege, Earth entered a period of rapid transformation. The alliance between humans and the Galactic Federation blossomed, with shared knowledge and technology fostering unprecedented advancements. Humanity's place in the galaxy was solidified, not as a peripheral species, but as a crucial player in the ongoing struggle for survival and progress. Zira and Jackson became symbols of this new era. Their partnership exemplified the power of unity and mutual respect. Together, they oversaw the establishment of joint research facilities dedicated to studying the Xel'Naga technology. Scientists and engineers from across the galaxy collaborated, unlocking secrets that had been hidden for millennia. One of the most significant projects was the creation of a new defense system, inspired by the Xel'Naga drones that had turned the tide of the battle. This system, dubbed the Guardian Network, was designed to protect Earth and its allies from any future threats. Powered by a blend of human ingenuity and ancient technology, it represented a leap forward in planetary defense. As the research continued, the team made a startling discovery. Buried deep within the Xel'Naga archives was a map showing the locations of other death worlds scattered across the galaxy. These worlds, like Earth, were crucibles of evolution, each harboring unique and powerful life forms. The implications were profound. Earth was not alone in its legacy. These death worlds could hold the key to defeating the Craar once and for all, Zira said during a council meeting. We need to reach out to these worlds, forge alliances, and learn from their inhabitants. Jackson agreed. But we must also be cautious. The Craar will undoubtedly seek these worlds as well. We need to be prepared for anything. With renewed purpose, the Alliance began planning expeditions to the other Death Worlds. Scouts and diplomats were sent out, tasked with establishing contact and securing alliances. The discovery of the DeathWorld network galvanized the galactic community, uniting them in a common cause. On Earth, life began to return to a semblance of normalcy. The scars of the battle were still visible, but the spirit of the people was unbroken. Rebuilding efforts were in full swing, with new cities rising from the ashes and advanced infrastructure being implemented. The benefits of the Xel'Naga technology were evident in every aspect of life, from medicine to transportation. Zira and Jackson often found themselves in the company of world leaders and dignitaries, their insights and experiences sought after in this new age. Despite their busy schedules, they made a point to visit the Amazon rainforest, the site of their first encounter and the beginning of their extraordinary journey. Standing at the edge of the ruins, now a protected historical site, Zira looked out over the lush greenery. It's hard to believe how much has changed since we first landed here. Jackson nodded, his gaze thoughtful. We've come a long way, but there's still so much to do. The galaxy is vast, and we've only scratched the surface of what's out there. Zira smiled. That's what makes it exciting. The unknown, the possibilities. We're part of something much bigger now. As they walked through the ruins, they were joined by a group of children on a field trip. Their eyes widened in awe as they listened to Zira and Jackson recount their adventures. The story of Earth's transformation and the Alliance's victory was already becoming legend, inspiring a new generation to reach for the stars. In the coming years, Earth would send ambassadors to the newly discovered Death Worlds, forging alliances and sharing knowledge. The Guardian Network would become a symbol of unity and strength, protecting not just Earth, but all the worlds under its aegis. The galaxy, once fragmented and rife with conflict, began to coalesce into a coalition of worlds, united against the darkness that threatened them all. And through it all, the legacy of the Death World endured. Earth, the planet that had once been seen as a mere curiosity, was now a beacon of hope and resilience. Its people, forged in the crucible of adversity, stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Zira and Jackson, having played their parts in this grand saga, knew that their journey was far from over. There were still mysteries to unravel, threats to confront, and new frontiers to explore. Together, they would continue to write the story of Earth and its place in the galaxy, a story of courage, unity, and endless possibility.